Hey guys, welcome to the last M62 engine assembly episode. This will be a short one. Let's begin. New original camshaft sensors. I used to buy Siemens or video sensors for my present engine, since they were the same as original, only with grinded off logos, but it is hard to say what is the brand of this sensor. Lube up the O-ring. My alternator is refurbished, written on the back sticker. That's good for my wallet. I will only replace the rubber O-ring. As the mating surface on the cover is also pitted, I will try using the liquid gasket here as well and see how it will come along with the rubber O-ring. Now is the fun part. The mighty Jesus bolt needs to be replaced with new one and torque in 4 steps. 100 Newton meters, then 60 degrees, then another 60 degrees, and then 30 degrees. You will need a special tool to counterhole the vibration damper hub. Make fast the tool to the hub. Support the tool against something. That's 100 Newton meters done. For measuring angles there is a special magnet tool, but I will use the bolt itself as guidance. Bolt has 6 flats, so each of them is exactly 60 degrees. Let's split this in half and we will get 30 degrees. For this job I bought a 1 meter breaker bar with a 27mm 1-inch socket. This arrangement should hold 2000 Newton meters. The bolt is torqued to something like 500 Newton meters or so. Second step done, 60 degrees. Let's draw another 60 degrees. This mark should get here. Need to improve the setup, otherwise I will rip off the engine from the stand. I did not install the lower pan on purpose. I knew that this would happen and I will need to support it from below. That's the third step done, another 60 degrees. Okay, and the last 30 degrees. Done. Well, this was fun and scary at the same time. Time for the damper. I decided to leave the original damper, since the rubber was alive, there was no any cracks. It was professionally sandblasted. It has some rust pits on it. Gave it a wash to remove the sand. It started to get rusty the same day, but that's good. The rust converter should react much better. I'm gonna be using this one, been using it for a long time. After the first coat dried, another few layers dried, I will slightly sand it for better paint adhesion. Epoxy primer, black engine paint, new bolts, mine were very rusty. Secondary air system piping. New fan pulley, old ones like to crack. Vacuum valve. Need to finish off the intake system. New O-rings. Wash the gas flap with Azylite. Managed to find in a tensioner in Portugal for decent money. Time to refresh the dipstick and the tube. Decided just to sandblast it, rust convert and paint. New O-ring and hardware. Looks nice. The only thing is that I will need to remove it later on, since I remembered that the tube is going through the right engine mount. Time to refresh the lower oil pan. Same program, sandblasting, rust conversion, painting with one layer. Cleaned it inside with 2 steps. First step is azalit. Next step is chemical called metal bright. Degreased it, applied rust converter and painted it. New Hella oil sensor, hard to find as well nowadays. Grinded off BMW logo. New O-ring. Gasket is metal rubber type. New pen balls has some coating on them. Sensor. New drain plug. Coolant drain plug with new crush washers. Time to refresh the head covers. They were professionally sandblasted. As they are made of magnesium, I will try the following paint recipe. Firstly, the edge primer. Next day, the acrylic primer. And the last step was engine paint. A lot of imperfections after initial sandblasting. Probably metal was already deteriorated. Doesn't matter too much. Cleaning surfaces. We'll try the liquid sealant instead of RTV on the surface joints. New washers. Three washers at the front are different. New spark plugs. Try to insert spark plugs with a magnet. Remembered I had a socket for spark plugs. New Bremy coils. There were some Chinese no-name coils installed when I disassembled the engine. Same on the other side. Done. New oil fill plug. Need to install the positive terminal on this E53 cover. New visco clutch. Decided not to replace injectors, but rather test them and clean in an ultrasonic bath. Assemble this test device. Use carburetor cleaner and apply 12 volts. Does work. Petrol. Run them in the ultrasonic bath, being submerged completely. Cleaned all of them few times afterwards. Found one to be leaking. Ordered new Bosch. Time for the exhaust manifolds. Tap the threads for new studs. Original gasket on the left, L-ring on the right. They look quite similar. Gasket band should look outside. I'm gonna be installing pre-facelift exhaust system since it has only 2 catalysts and better exhaust manifolds. The E38 facelift exhaust has 4 of them. Clean them with Azolite and then with Metal Bright. Clean the mating surface. Now I need to get rid of the studs. We'll use new ones. Managed to remove 3 of them, the last one had to drill out. Heated them up first and then pressed out with ball joint press. A bit uncomfortable procedure. Studs should be greased with copper paste as per manual. Same story on the other side. Done. Fuel ramp from E38. X5 ramp has hose on the other side of the engine. This hose doesn't fit properly now with the X5 PCV installed. Let's fix that. Not yet. That's more like it. Meanwhile, new injector has arrived. Tested it. New Bosch injector O-rings. Use silicone spray. Firstly, mounted all of the injectors. Tried mounting the ramp. I couldn't insert the locking clips. Decided to go the other way around. Firstly, insert injectors into the ramp and then mount the ramp with injectors. That's much easier. PCV hoses. Time for the new vacuum elements. That's the fuel filters regulating valve vacuum hose. Original vacuum container had homemade repair traces. Wouldn't it be easier to buy a new one and eliminate vacuum problems? Of course yes. Besides the secondary air system vacuum valve, these 4.6-liter engines have an additional vacuum valve, which opens extra air flap in the air filter box, delivering more air and thus more power. You'll see it in the next episode. I left wiring harness for the next time. I need to align some wires and plugs. I'm hoping to first run this thing in the next episode. Thanks for watching.